Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be another episode in my makeup rehab series. Today we're going to be wrapping up my 2019 low buy and also talking about my goals for 2020 and how that low buy is going to be structured because I will be doing a low buy again. So I'm going to be talking about the numbers to start off with, like how much I spent in 2019, etc. Just so we can kind of round out, close that chapter and move on. If you've been keeping up with this series, it's caused me some stress, which is silly because I actually wasn't doing poorly with what I set out to do, but let me just hop into that. So my 2019 low buy goal was to spend less money, basically. So I feel like when you are structuring your low buy, you really need to do some soul searching and decide. There's like two big parts. Are you trying to save money or spend less money? Or are you overwhelmed with the amount of things in your collection or like the amount of new products you're bringing in? Now your low buy is going to be helpful in both areas, but in order to come up with your own rules, you really need to kind of look at both of those things and decide which is most important to you. And for me, it was saving money. So I structured my low buy in such a way that I wanted to use up more product, dollar value wise, than what I was spending and bringing in. So because it wasn't focused around the number of products, I could use up a $50 foundation and then buy 8 ColourPop lipsticks. Or alternatively, I could use up 8 ColourPop lipsticks and then buy 1 foundation. You see what I'm saying? So it wasn't really based on the number of products, but more so being conscious of how much I'm spending and making sure that I'm getting the use out of my collection. This was all beauty products for 2019, so skincare, hair care, body care, makeup, all of it. Making sure I was getting enough use out of all of the products I currently have that are currently, expiring, but also still allowing myself to try new things, because even though I'm within this painting community, my ultimate goal is not to have a super minimal collection. I'm never going to be someone who only owns 2 foundations and 2 concealers. I really just love makeup and testing new makeup and doing new things with my makeup, that I want to get use out of my collection but not have it be so restrictive that I'm never allowed to try anything new, if that makes sense. So all that being said, the total amount of beauty products I was able to use up in 2019 was $1,085.32, which I wish I would have tracked this in 2018 as well, just to see how I did to compare the 2 years. But I feel like compared to so many of my peers in this space, that is like nothing. I used under $400 worth of actual makeup products this year, which you would have known if you saw my 2019 makeup empties. I can link that up in the cards for you. So that was pretty disappointing. But at the same time, I wasn't wasteful with my products. I didn't feel an extreme amount of pressure to just fly through products. So in that regard, I still feel kind of good about it, but I'm having conflicted feelings. Then we have to look at our spending. So in 2019, the total amount of money I spent on beauty and personal care items, my body wash, my shampoo, my deodorant, it's all included in this, as well as the makeup I bought and all of that. I spent $1,312.43 in 2019. That includes my BoxyCharm. Now, when you look at it like that, I failed my low buy. But I said that BoxyCharm was my one treat to myself. I wasn't going to include it. It did not factor into my budget. So if I take out that roughly $420 that I spent on BoxyCharm in the year, my total additional spending on other makeup, other skincare that didn't come in my BoxyCharm was $892.43 for 2019, which is less than my empties. So I ended the year on December 31st, 2019 with my beauty bank in the green by $192.90, and I'm so proud of that. I have been in the green for most of this low buy. I've been tracking it month to month. Even with BoxyCharm, I still feel good about that. And next year I'm hoping to do even better. So, oh yes, and I also wanted to mention that included in my spending, and I took it out of my beauty bank throughout the year, were all the giveaway items that I purchased. So I had recently, I guess not too recently now, had my 1K giveaway, and anything I bought to include in that giveaway was taken out of my personal budget. It's still my money that I'm allocating towards makeup, whether I'm keeping it for myself or not. So I made sure to include that, and despite purchasing products for you guys, I was still able to end the year in the green, and that feels really nice. But there's definitely some changes I want to make coming into 2020. I forgot to mention when I was talking about my empties that you guys know in 2019 I made the decision to go cruelty-free, and I want to achieve a cruelty-free collection through panning, not just tossing out makeup. But I've also sold some makeup to some friends and family or given it away, as well as to my friend Kaylee. She bought a huge box of makeup from me. And out of all of the empties, I used up 89 items in 2019 out of my beauty collection, and 55% of that was non-cruelty-free products. So that feels pretty good as well, that I was making a conscious effort to, move those products out. So that's the recap I have for 2019. Again, technically successful, but I still didn't feel that successful with it, if that makes sense. So there's definitely some changes for 2020. So let's talk about those. This is going to be a shocker because I've fought you guys on this all last year, but I canceled my BoxyCharm for now. So I did make the decision to cancel my BoxyCharm. The biggest portion of that decision was Christmas. Max's birthday comes right after Christmas at the towards the beginning of January. I'm having a new baby towards the end of January / beginning of February. And I had a big old car bill that landed on my steps right before Christmas. And I was just looking at all of this, and even though I've budgeted for BoxyCharm, it's not, I don't go into debt for BoxyCharm. It's all worked into my budget, and it's like my non-negotiable treat to myself. Some people hit up Tim Hortons or Starbucks on a daily basis, or they get their nails done. We all have our treat to ourselves if we can afford to. And BoxyCharm was worked into that. And I was just looking at everything, and I was like, why am I stressing about all of these things financially when I can just cut out BoxyCharm for now? So I canceled BoxyCharm. December 2019 was my last BoxyCharm box, which was really hard for me, even though I wasn't forced to make that decision. And my justifications were in my last Makeup Rehab video on how it actually has saved me money in the long run. I've been getting BoxyCharm since June 2016. The very first box that they shipped to Canada, I got and kept my subscription this whole time. But with the car bill being added on to all the other things that I mentioned, as well as just having a new baby, I'm not going to be playing with makeup as much. I'm going to be lucky to even make minimal progress in my projects towards the beginning of this year. I just decided to cut it out for now. I already miss it. I watch everyone else's unboxings and I have FOMO, but it will feel good and help with my beauty budget for this year to even just take a couple of months off. So that's okay. Now, you guys know that It's Just Steph is one of my good friends here on YouTube. She's one of my favorite YouTubers, and I talk about her a lot, and she sent me a wonderful gift and made me cry all in one of my videos. But I loved the way that she did her makeup rehab series last year, and I want to kind of structure mine similarly this year. So hers was similar to mine in that she wanted to use up more makeup than dollar value wise than what she was spending on makeup. And that's what I'm going to do this year. So last year I included all beauty products, and this year I'm just going to focus on makeup because I was not happy with my makeup empties for the year. And because I was receiving so much skincare in my BoxyCharms, I wasn't having to purchase skincare that often with my beauty bank. And so I was using all that surplus to buy extra makeup, which was not really the intention I had at the beginning of the year. So I don't know if I want to be so strict as to say I need to like build up my beauty bank first before I can withdraw some money, or if I just want it to all work out at the end of the year. Haven't decided yet, but I want to spend less money on makeup than the amount of makeup that I'm using up in 2019, which is going to be extra challenging potentially because I'm probably going to be wearing less makeup than ever towards the beginning, like the first half of the year at least, but we'll see how I do. I also would like to use up at least $500 on makeup. Again, to some of you that sounds like such a minimal amount, but I do not wear makeup every day. I'm also very light-handed with my makeup, and that just contributes to the fact that I don't use up my products as fast as maybe other panners that you know, and I'm okay with that. I've come to accept that part of me, but I still want to improve. So I used up, I don't remember the exact numbers, I'll pop it in here. It was definitely well under $400 of makeup in 2019, and I want that to be over $500 in makeup for 2020. I will continue to track all of my empties and all of my purchases just like I did in 2019, so we have a basis to compare throughout the year and at the end of the year, because I'm really curious to see how like making this adjustment from all beauty products to just makeup affects my overall spending, as well as how not paying for BoxyCharm affects my spending. Because if you watched my last makeup rehab episode, you will know that BoxyCharm actually saved me money in giving me products like moisturizers and cleansers. What else was in there that I used up? Face masks, things like that I would have, like I have a bit of a one in, one out rule with my makeup inventory, my beauty inventory. So if I used up a full face mask, I was allowed to buy a face mask, but I didn't because I got them in BoxyCharm. So I'm curious to see how that's going to affect things as well. Lastly, I did want to mention that gifts and gift cards don't count. I don't get a lot of them. I did get a gift card from my husband for Sephora for Christmas, and I do have quite a big haul. I have like a what I got for Christmas, and it's going to be what I got for my birthday haul. Why do I always have the hiccups? Do you guys have the hiccups all the time towards the end of your pregnancies? I can't breathe. So I used the $50 gift card to buy an eyeshadow palette that was $60, so I took out just the $10 from my beauty bank, if that makes sense. But my friends and family don't really buy me that much, even though it would be my favorite gift ever because makeup is my passion and I love it so much. A lot of them are like, girl, you have enough, and I really do, but I don't receive that many gifts and gift cards. But I did want to just say that if I use a $50 gift card, that doesn't mean I'm $50 in the hole with my beauty bank. Let me know if I'm forgetting anything. That's all I had on my notes here that I could think of, but you know, mom brain, pregnancy brain is real. I don't know if I'm leaving out any key things that I really should have in there to hold myself accountable. Is there anything I'm missing or didn't really think through, whether that be for last year or this year? I want to make sure I establish this low buy and write it in stone so that I have the best chance of being successful, because I'm someone who really follows the rules. So if I have my rules in place, I will try my best not to break them. But I think that's everything I have to talk to you guys about for this video. Leave me your comments and questions down in the comments below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!